Hello, everyone. Welcome to SGBL Season 2 of the Team Tour. I'm here with an interview with the Wranglers captains, Steering and WikiWill, two active members of the community. How are you guys doing today?
We're good. Yeah, we're excited for our drafts to finish and just see how they look. We've already finished a couple. Yeah, we're getting John, but yeah, we've looked at our Insurgents drafts and our Red drafts that I've helped build. I think they look really good. They look like some of the strongest teams on the board.
Yes, Will.
Okay, we can definitely go over that in detail a bit later. Let's start off with a few basic questions. First of all, how did you guys meet overall and become captains in the first place?
Ooh, that's a story.
That is a story.
You want to start? Or?
You can start.
Okay, so I think we both. Fuck, words are hard. We were in this random server. I think Septile owned. It was a really shitty Uber.
Yeah, Dashing Septile owned the server. It was called LPL. It was one of my first draft leagues coming back.
Not one of mine.
It was one of my first draft leagues. I'd played before in 2017, but it was just a friends thing. But I'd really gotten into it. Not sure what from watching, but I just decided to just deep dive and be I like Pokemon. I want to play Pokemon online with people. And
basically, he was in a voice call all alone, and I'm like, you know what? Let me join this call. So I jumped in and we started talking. And yeah,
now I've dealt with him for 4 years, and it's been.
Has it been 4 years?
3 or 4, because when did we meet? It was 2018, 2019.
No,
it was something like that. Yeah,
something. Regardless, yeah, that shit. Now it's got to the point where he's coming to Canada, where I live.
Yeah, I'm coming to Canada in a month and a half, so that's gonna be fun.
It's awesome, guys.
Why are we captains? I decided to ditch kebabs, and so I needed a new captain. And so I went and grabbed Will instead of kebabs. So there you go.
Because kebabs is a bitch. But we love him.
Alright, so it's basically fuck it, we ball.
No, it was more just because Will was already coming here, and I'm like, you know what? It would be really sick if we were co-captaining and Will was in person with me at the same fucking time.
Yeah, while we're playing games
overlap
and prepping.
Week 6, Week 7 or something. So he'll be here during the team tour.
Actually be really sick. That seems like
we can just plan build teams together.
Even could do face cam recording and shit instead as well. With click games, it's there's some cool shit we could do with that. And so that's
100%
part of it as well.
Are you guys gonna make any content off YouTube?
I don't fucking know.
I don't. Well, we could.
It's not planned. We didn't think about it.
It's definitely not planned. But if it's something that people asked for, we probably could. But
it's I can record, but if people ask, we'd probably do something. But there's nothing we've had thought out or planned.
Yeah.
Okay. Got you. Moving on to our next question. How are you guys feeling about the members of the team that you pick, and were there any snipes on any player you wanted?
So this right now, actually, I'm really loving the team.
We like the team. I think everybody's there's not really been any arguments. We have disagreements, but I think that's normal when you come into a team tour and everybody's got competitive heads on and just thinking critically. You're bound to disagree on certain things. That's just natural. That's how humans work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But, so far everybody's been working together and in pairs really well.
Yeah. Also, people have been in voice calls pretty consistently.
Yeah.
Not all of the team has been talking to each other and prepping together. Even not for the team tour games, we got more practice in that regard as a team. In terms of sniped players, let me just pull up.
We really wanted. We can say we wanted, can't we? We really wanted.
The thing is, even then, it's there's players we wanted, but we didn't really have a concrete plan going in. We had a list of 16,
we didn't really want to spend over $30,000 for players. We didn't want to just waste a third of our budget and just have it get destroyed by overpaying for a player.
Yeah.
So like
yeah.
Sorry, there was for example,
sorry,
like our first target was like Indomitable Will, who we nommed first. But we had a point where it's like, we know the limitations he'll be at. We're not going to pay over 20K for him. He went for over 20K. It's like, oh shit, we're not doing this anymore.
Yeah, like didn't he go for like 26, 27K?
He went for 20 flat. He went for flat 20K.
Oh, flat 20K, yeah.
But basically, we had a list of players that we were considering or wanted, and we had budgets sort of associated with them. It was like somewhat fluctuative budgets. But if they went over that budget, it was kind of just like, well, it's just not worth it for us to go.
Like we cut our losses. Like we look at like in terms of the player, and it's like we didn't really want to like. I personally was willing to pay like a little bit more for Will, but like I think steering like just he made an executive decision. He was just like, yeah, it's like too much. Like people are just gonna make us overpay.
For someone who might just play half the weeks in one format, it just didn't feel like
like because I know Will, he's already so friggin' busy, like with other team tours, other things as well. Yeah,
honestly, I'm just really happy with the way it all turned out in the end.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how he does with Fish Farm, though. To be fair, because I think like he can make some new friends and like work stuff out. But yeah, that's it sucks that he's not on our team.
Summary, it's good.
Yeah, it's good. Like I'm happy with the players that we have, and they all seem like really chill. Like there's no arguing or disagreements like heavily, really.
Nice summary, Will.
Yeah.
Sarcasm.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at your roster right now. Orn, TDG, Weedy, John Paul, Joestar, Colin, Silvertron, Shori, Skipper Penguin. It seems like a really cool roster. I could definitely see the synergy overall.
Yeah, like everybody, like with that roster as well, like everybody can kind of just play anywhere. Like I know like Shori can play pretty much anywhere.
Don't give everything away. Relax for a second. It's more, if you want to talk synergies for a second, Will and I obviously are owners of PAA, which is my server. Oren's in there a lot. John Paul was in call sometimes there. Shori was in call there sometimes. And so that kind of had connections already. TDG and Colin were friends and have played team tours before already as well. Mm-hmm. And then Silverstron and Skipper kind of filled the slots that we kind of needed.
Yeah.
Also, Weedy's also been in PA a lot. So kind of just, that's where the connections and the synergy came.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. It's really exciting. I feel like comparatively, like a lot of teams here have a really good synergy, and it's definitely shown in your team. Next question will be, what formats do you feel the most comfortable with? Is there any formats you do not feel the most comfortable?
So, question for you. Individually or as a team?
It can be either or.
Okay.
As a team, I feel like we've sort of nailed like all the areas. Like we have like players and backup players for pretty much like every format.
Think weak in any format, in my opinion. I think it's just
we
have the players we need for each slot.
Yeah, I definitely think like there are going to be matchups and like against certain players that we are gonna like struggle a little bit. But like I definitely put it out of the realm of possibility that like we could like beat someone in like a certain format.
We can't deal with. I think personally now, if we're going that route now, for me, I've played every format before and multiple times at that. But I'd still say my weakest is like P-Dex is probably my weakest because I keep missing moves. Like I forget moves are non-existent in the format.
He cries about getting hacks a lot. It's quite funny.
Oh, bitch.
What about you, Will? Is there any format that you personally aren't too familiar with?
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Little Cup. It's just not for me. Like, I understand the appeal it brings to like certain people like enjoy it and like just have fun with it. But personally, like that and like, I'm not like too familiar with like IF, but it's a format I'd be willing to play over like Little Cup because like Little Cup's just not like the best for me. Like I just don't like it. I don't like how the format works at level 5 and stuff.
Okay,
but yeah, that's
it's not really for everyone. I know it has there's a huge deficit in the applicant pool for the lookup players.
Mm-hmm.
Just because
Basically, Will's Kyle from South Park and wants to punt all the babies.
Yeah. Oh wow, I didn't even think about it like that. I guess that. All right. What formats are you guys planning on playing as captains? And is there any formats you think you can see each player?
Look, I'll answer this one, Will.
You want me to? You need to answer?
No, I got it. No, I got this one. I can see really anyone playing any. Obviously, I don't want to give all my tricks and my tips and tricks, but I think part of the reason why we like our roster so much is it is quite flexible, and nobody just plays one format on this roster. We have anyone that can play, 3-4 formats each.
Yeah, and that just adds to our strength as well, because if people do need a rest, we have the numbers to cover up for that too.
Even if we go to the captains now, Will can play 5 of the 7 formats. I can play 7 of them.
Yeah.
And so it's the versatility is just present anyways.
Yeah, I'm happy to just play anywhere that isn't LC. Pretty much.
I'm not putting
What is your favorite formats, by the way? You personally wise for each of you from what's available in this team tour?
Well, you want first there? I mean,
I'll I kind of like Rad and Insurgents. I like the addition of mons. I like the additions to certain mons like move pools and stuff. Like Electros, for example, gets Thunderclap. It's really strong. I like it a lot. It's something I'm used before. It's something I'm comfortable with.
Megapins are getting E-speed moments.
Yeah, that mon is stupid. I'm so glad it's banned here and I don't have to see it.
Well, it's also your fucking mascot.
Yeah, I would love to use it again, but it's stupid.
For me, I'd have to go with 3 fusions, Rad, Insurge. Sort of the same things Will said, but also the roster construction of specifically fusions is quite fun, just because it is so untapped and there's so many different things you can do with it that it just makes it so deep, and I quite enjoy the prep side of that.
Oh, right. You also have your own league, right? So I'm sure you have a lot of
I run a lot of my own leagues, honestly. So who fucking knows it?
Yeah. So I'm sure you have a lot of experience in fusions.
Some.
More than most people here, I'm assuming.
We'll say that.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah.
With that. If I do play fusions, to be fair. I mean, I don't play fusions. So.
Yeah, I feel you do 100%. This question is going to be more directed towards you, Steering. Your team, the honorless, unaware druggies from season 1, were the season finalists of last team tour. Do you think you'll capture the same magic as you did from the last team tour?
I honestly have higher ambitions this time than I did last season. I know Will was actually on that team as well. Just wasn't.
Yeah.
The thing with the team last season is we actually had a really shitty record going into mids. I believe we were going to mid-season, we were 1-3 or something like that. We won the last 3 games to make it to playoffs as a 4 seed or something like that. But the issue we had with last season's team is it wasn't as deep as I'd hope it to be, and I think Bob's and I didn't contribute as much to helping the team. I think we had some of the strongest players. I think we brought the 5 best players each week, but we didn't have as much work on it. We'd spend 10 minutes on prep rather than the hour or 2 that Sir Kill and Quinn might have spent with their team, and it led to us losing 3-2 in finals there. I could see our team this time just winning it all, and that's the aim. At least make it back to playoffs.
Yeah, that's the goal. We want to get over the playoff hurdle first.
No, the goal is make it to the finals. I want to make it back to the same rung that we did last season.
Yeah.
It's a complete failure of a season if we don't make playoffs. That's how I look at it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm so excited to see the journey, especially with the roster you have.
Yeah, I look at our roster and I look at other people's roster, and I do think that we can just beat a lot of the other teams just on player-to-player matchup alone.
I like our odds.
Yeah.
Okay, that means you're really confident in your team, which is
good. Of course.
The 2 captains. Next question is for you, Will. As the new captain paired with Steering for the season, you have a lot to fill in Kebab's shoes. Is there anything unique about yourself you think you add to the table as a captain?
I think I add I think I more I will more engage more with the players. I think I provide sort of that level of support in terms of like mocks, in terms of like prep, in terms of like things that I see in certain matchups, and because how flexible I can be on like certain formats, I feel like I can just give like that extra oomph to like people's prep going into matchups.
Okay, yeah, that's I think really important for a captain. It's really hard. Like you just need to be consistent, really be
for sure. And to give light to sort of last season, that was sort of what Kebab's like attempt of role was last season, but kind of faded out later into the season. It seemed.
Yeah, as
did more
it
of
got
the
busier and like stressed a bit more. Yeah,
the auction was, I guess, 80% me, right?
Yeah,
with the bids
like
and how I played the bids on that.
Yeah, going into this,
So it's kind of like
I'd say it helped a little bit though.
It did help. That's why I said I gave you this little 20% for you.
Yeah,
but it's almost like I do sort of like the admin shit, and then Will does a little bit more of the hands-on shit. It seems.
Yeah, I'm like HR basically.
You're my bitch.
That's fucking rude.
Hope.
All right.
Womp womp.
As the drafts are coming to an end, what is one strength you think your team has, and what is one weakness you spot so far? Not in terms of like players or anything, just purely
like teams
on the drafts. Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna spot the first weakness of Johning. We're getting Johned, and I hate it. Some of the stuff I can't even tell yet because we're like 4 months in on LC and like 3 months in on Fusion. So like,
yeah, it's we're a bit further along than that, I think.
It's not much further than that right now. So
yeah,
but I guess in terms of general teams, I would say our weakest teams have been net decks so far. In all honesty.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm the biggest fan of our net decks drafts, but like, I think it's workable.
It's more just that a lot of them are like overpriced as fuck. I feel like some of the mods on the board are really heavily priced.
Yeah,
and so working with your 90 budget for 8 mods.
Yeah, it's definitely like a difficult squeeze. Because what's like max mon bid? It's like 20.
19. I believe
19. Yeah.
Right. And so you're struggling with that budget there, and there's some teams like you can make like a full load to your team and still use the entire budget.
Yeah.
Which is, kind of crazy. I think strengths. One draft specifically that stood out to me was Insurgents 1. It was really nice.
Yeah, that team is really strong.
Just like really strong team.
Yeah, Melamine, Spider, Dengo, Registeel Delta, Aurora Delta is just really strong. And like
it has multiple ways it wants to play. It can play pretty clearly with them, and it just seems like a pretty solid team, all things considered.
Yeah, for sure.
If I were to, pinpoint specific parts of the drafts.
Yeah, I like Rad Red 2 though as well.
Yeah, because you built that. I'm just trying to say like I could just say, the fusion drafts are great, but
I mean they are pretty good.
I'd rather just avoid bias and go with another draft that I've seen that seems pretty strong and pretty fun to use. So
yeah for sure.
Oh yeah, I think it's also important. Like even if the team isn't the strongest on paper, if you have someone that's piloting it and is really comfortable.
Yeah, that like knows how to use it and is comfortable using it.
Pilots.
Yeah.
We've hired good pilots for our Spirit Airlines.
Oh. I actually like Spirit way more than United, I can't lie. But that's a story for a different time.
Yeah, that's a little hunky plain talk.
All right. So I know you guys already like stated bit by bit like this question, but I want you to like summarize it for me.
Yeah.
That's the final question. Why do you guys think you'll win the title this team tour?
I guess I'll start. Our roster is, I think, the main strength here. We have, in my opinion, and in the opinion of a lot of other people that are just viewing, we have the best roster on paper. And by a relative margin at that. I think just the experience of team tours we have, the players we've got, and the synergy with that, as well as the activity of the team we have, should carry us to a win this time around. Especially after making it to finals last season. well, for me as a captain, Will as a player, we know what it takes to get back there as well, especially in this server specifically.
And like we've piloted like as captain, like dual captains before. Like we've piloted teams to like win team tours and stuff. Like we know what it takes. We know what we've got to do. We know.
I don't think we've had a better like. There was one time we had a really fucking strong roster. It was TTT, but I don't like this roster is arguably stronger than the one we had when we won that season and went undefeated entirely that season as well.
Yeah.
So, that's the main confidence. I think our drafts are going to sort themselves out because the players are just that strong.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. I agree 100%. That roster is something to be a watch out for.
We've got some absolute steals on that board, I think.
Oh, yeah. I feel like every draft had a few steals here and there, but your guys...
Well, it's... Look,
okay,
there's... Yeah. If you want my honest opinion on that, there's, I think, a clear top half and a clear bottom half of drafts on this board in terms of teams.
Okay, that's definitely valid.
I could rank all these teams and it would be, yeah.
Yeah, I agree. There's like a few teams here and there that are definitely a little bit more, I guess, well-known in terms of skill level. But I think I am confident that this is still going to be a competitive team for sure, no matter what.
Hey, I'm not saying it's not going to be competitive. I'm just saying I think there is a pretty relative skill gap between, the first place team and maybe even like the sixth place team on this board.
Okay, yeah, I can see that for sure. So as we end this podcast, do you guys have any final comments before we finish?
Kebab smells bad.
Yeah, like good luck to the rest of the teams. I feel like they're going to need it. It's just me being confident. I feel like most of them are going to need it.
Setting high expectations for our own team. Yikes.
Let's see.
Don't hack us out, please.
Yeah, smile. Smiley. Yeah.
Yeah, Poke, that's the game we play, right? Hacks.
Yeah, it really is.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, guys.
Gotta pray for it.
Yes, sir. All right, guys, this is going to be the end of our podcast. Thank you, Steering, and thank you, WikiWill, for joining us. I'll see you guys later for more content regarding the team tour. Have a good one.
Sounds good. Yeah, see ya. Peace out, guys.